allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Got a chance to look over the minutes.
Move to approve is written.
Second.
Second, any other discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Everybody got a chance to look through the claims.
Move to approve. Second.
Any other discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Landlord penalty status letters.
I have got to get those out. I have been behind and busy, but I'm catching up. In fact, I can just tick through all three of these if you like. And that'll go out. It won't go out this week because I got something else to finish up, but early next. The tree, the great tree. I have looked at it, photographed it. I've talked to Duke. One of the problems we face is all of my good Duke Energy contacts have retired or moved on, but I am getting some traction. We'll see. Generally speaking, utilities are delighted to take down trees. But the poles in that area are mysteriously marked. Some are clearly Duke poles. The pole that is closest to this tree, and I've got photos on my phone, doesn't have a Duke marking on it. But it's on a line that clearly is a Duke line. Now, whether that was put up by a cable provider at some point in time or something, I don't know.
Okay, on that same thing, we have a gas company wanting to do some work there. And the tree,
Is it in the way?
it could be,
I would tell them that they're more than welcome to remove it. I mean, the real question here is, I don't think anybody, this tree is not some great aesthetic improvement to the town of Morristown. It's just who's gonna take it down and who pays to have it taken down. And if we could outsource that to some other entity, that's in the town's interest. What does the gas company wanna do?
I'm not sure, they're gonna do something big.
I hadn't heard anything about gas work in the area.
Well, that just started yesterday or so.
Could be a benefit. You want to take it out? You want to take it out?
Does that work for you? The gas company takes the thing out?
Well, the gas company, Andrea called me and they came out and Mr. Stout was out there today and kind of talked about it. He's apparently when we're talking the project. And they're gonna move the meter from where it's at. So they're gonna dig out the alley there, because they said the gas line runs right there on the edge of the alley.
Right.
So they're gonna take all the asphalt, dig all that out, go down, tap off where it's at, and they're gonna move it 10 feet to the right and put it back in there for us to wait for it. I'm thinking, that's a lot of work to do that, but that's what they say their goal is, or the plan is, because of the tree.
Yeah, it would be probably more cost effective for them to take the tree down. Who's contact with the gas company?
Andrew,
Well,
She was the one who did the purchase.
right, with, Mr. Jarman. Let me contact him and her.
Okay.
I can do that by email.
Sure.
Now, status of tree at garage. I must apologize, but that doesn't tell me what we're talking about.
The fallen trees.
Oh, yeah, we've got, trying to get just the insurance company to submit the claim, because, Elaine provided me the name of their agent. We've gotten no response from them, the letters have come back. So,
tell me under Indiana law, Brian, that if a tree falls on you, it's your problem.
generally
An act of
speaking,
God.
well, generally speaking, that is the case. And it's clearly more so the case if the tree was obviously diseased, dead, or something like that.
Which it wasn't.
Yeah, it was not, it was wind. But still, it's an insured claim under any homeowner's policy. I don't know why this is a big deal for them.
Well, they won't talk to us to tell us.
We have ways around that.
Is that, We played around with it since April.
Time to move on.
Is that something we should contact our insurance company about?
Why,
I gotta get the tree out of there.
okay, so it's still there.
Yeah.
Well, I have the information on their agent, and let's see where that goes. If we don't get a quick response there, then we can take some other action.
You know what, Brian,
No, that's fine. I said I have the information supposedly on their agent. And if we don't get some action there quickly, then we can pursue other avenues. But, you know, now I will say this, if you made a claim on the town's insurance, then they may try and subrogate against the property owner.
right,
But,
that's what I'm thinking. I need
if
that
you
tree
can
out.
avoid claims.
They delivered the building today, or that.
Oh, okay.
It's going out.
Okay. All right, well, I mean, generally speaking, if you can avoid claims, that's a good thing, because claims history cycles into your premium rating, but, let's give it one more shot, and then let me know what the time pressure is.
So you're gonna contact their insurance? Okay.
Right. Okay, the streets garage, we're in new business, LV.
I've got a slideshow to show you, Dave. Is it all right from here?
Yep.
Okay. Well, for some of you that don't know me, I'm LV Spencer. I just recently moved back into morristown after a 50-year hiatus away, traveling around. And so I'm a volunteer with the American Red Cross. They call me the Community Volunteer League for Shelby County. So why am I here? Well, first of all, I want to say, David, I'm not going to ask for any money. No money. So don't worry about that. I might later on, but.
There we go.
No, I won't. So the Red Cross went through a period where we were trying to get rid of our overhead and our indirect costs. So we're not as visible in the community as we used to be. So my focus is just to make people aware the Red Cross is still here, still present, and still serving the communities. So as the advocate, the liaison for Shelby County, one of the things I want to do is advocate a stronger relationships with the communities, the schools, things like that. So that's our mission, which the big thing in there is to alleviate suffering and how we're dependent on volunteers and the generosity of donors. You may have heard of Clara Barton, probably studied her in grade school or junior high. She's the one that started the Red Cross. Everybody thinks the Red Cross started in America, but it didn't. It actually started in Switzerland. And she was visiting in Switzerland and brought it back to the United States. I can't remember which way to go. One of the main, here's a quote from Clara Barton, and I really like it. You must never so much think as whether you like it or not, whether is bearable or not. You must never think of anything except the need and how to meet that need. So the Red Cross is always focusing on needs. What do the communities need? Here's our fundamental principles. We're not going to go over a lot of that, so I'm limited on time, so I'm going to skip through some of these really fast. The Red Cross is one of the best known nonprofits. We are a nonprofit organization. So this is where I want to start really focusing, is on our services that we provide. There's a sheet that I gave you, it's a one-page sheet, and that's probably the most important thing I gave you tonight. And for people in the crowd, if you like, there's extra copies over here on the table if you'd like to pick them up. Okay? Training services is one of them. We have 5 areas. Biomedical services, that's the blood. Most people have heard of our blood. Disaster site services, service to the armed forces, and international services. Are there any veterans in here? Just me? Hey, buddy. Want to be a battle buddy? Okay. You know about emergency communications? I think so. So we're going to take a look at these 5 areas. So this is just a little background on our 5 services: training service, biomedical services, disaster cycle services, which we're going to spend a lot of time on. One thing I want to highlight on this disaster cycle services is this, our home fire campaign and sound the alarm. What really stimulated me to want to come and talk to you was that, I don't know how long it's been, that over in Arlington, there was a fire and a child died. And then I think there's another fire near Arlington and a mother died. So, it doesn't have to be. So the Red Cross has a campaign where we'll install for free smoke alarms. So we will come out, check all your smoke alarms first. These are my volunteers are doing this. And then check, make sure the smoke alarms are working. If they're not, we're going to replace the battery. If it's still not working, we'll replace the smoke alarm at no charge to the individual. Okay? And anybody that wants that can go out on the webpage and see how to do that. So it's really a good program for older people like myself who don't like to get up on ladders and check their smoke alarms. I do a lot of work with the service to the armed forces. I just sent a letter out to Morristown Manor about doing a coffee corner out there for the veterans out at Morristown Manor. These are our life safety, our training areas, water safety, first aid, CPR. Now, these are classes, and there is a cost for these classes. So, about 5.2 million last year, we taught about life safety skills to include first aid, swimming, and emergency preparedness. That's an area that you may want to look at, is emergency preparedness. How well is our community prepared for an emergency? And is there going to be another emergency? Yeah, there's going to be another emergency. Do you know when? No. So we got to be prepared for that emergency that is going to happen, but we don't know when. This just highlights our volunteers, some of the educational that we do, and then volunteer opportunities, the blood drives, building kits, sounding the alarm, and etc. Okay? So that's pretty much training services. Blood bank. Okay. Every 2 seconds, someone in the U.S. needs blood. We are the largest blood supplier in the United States. Every 2 seconds, someone in the U.S. needs blood. Anybody here have had blood before? No? Very fortunate.
Given it.
Huh?
Given it.
Given it? Okay. Thank you. This, you can go out on our app and people can sign up to give their, to give blood. It's by appointment, so you know you don't have to wait 4 or 5 hours to give your blood. You can do it by appointment, you can get in and get out.
Where do they do that at, Elvis?
You can do it in Indianapolis, I was just talking to you, in Shelby County, there's not very many blood drives.
Right.
And they usually have them at a church, or they have them at, schools. And, so I know there is
I think our National Honor Society did one this last year.
but I think it's with a different,
Yes, but I can
organization.
get you in touch if somebody wants to come down here and be.
yeah, yeah. And, we would love to do it here. We don't want to compete with people.
Right.
But we would love to be able to do it here.
We can do more than one.
Yeah, yeah, we'd love to,
You know, where's that?
Yeah, anytime.
yeah. So, once we get that, then we can promote it, and, we need a couple of volunteers. You know, they bring all the supplies, all the tables, all the beds, all the equipment, they do all the work. We just basically need, one or two people to greet people in and things, so, yeah, we'd love to do that. And it could be at here. You could actually do it in this room. I don't know how many, you know, part of it would be administration, part of it could be, the beds, the bed things. And you have plenty of parking around here. That's one of the nice things, is you have plenty of parking, for the donors, okay? Let's talk about disasters. Disasters come in all shapes and sizes. They come big and small. And most of the time, people think of the Red Cross helping out on major disasters, because that's what makes the TV. But that's not most of the disasters we do. Most of our disasters are small. So we're going to help during all kinds of crisis. Okay. Here's an interesting figure. In 2020, 3 major disasters a month. So we responded to 3 major disasters in 2020. In 2024, just 4 years, 6 major disasters a month. Whoops. So it's increasing, it's doubled. And so we need to be prepared for that disaster that's coming. And in one of your packets I gave you, it's about being Red Cross ready. And the big disasters probably for here are home fires, flooding, and tornadoes. And are we prepared to respond to those situations? Okay. One of the things I want to mention about when we do fairly big disasters or even small disasters, one of the things we do is we help people find shelter, feeding, and maybe some financial aid as well. And it's temporary housing until they either can find a more permanent one, or they can get their insurance going, or they can move in with relatives. So it's usually for a short time period. And right now in Morristown, we have 0. So one of the things I don't know if it's on the next slide. This is what the kind of services we provide. Provide that food, shelter, relief supplies, emotional support, recovery planning, and assistance. All of that disaster service is free of charge to the victim or the client. We call them clients. And that's free of charge. We never charge for any of those services. About the only place we charge for services is in that training area that we talked about. Another thing that we provide is emotional support. We have a group of people that are mental health individuals. And you probably saw something about the shooting out in Minnesota. And in the background, I saw a Red Cross car going by. And I said, I bet you they're providing mental health support there. So, you know, if there's a major fire here, a major disaster, and there's people being traumatized, we can help out with the mental health. On the smaller disasters, it's say like a home fire or apartment fire. Anybody here from the fire department? No, don't see any. Is what we do is we have a disaster assistance team. This is usually 2 or 3 people that are going to go out and to the fire, and their whole focus is to focus on the people part of the fire. They don't fight the fire, anything like that. They're going to focus in on the people, so that the firemen don't have to deal with the people. They can focus on the fire. So, you know, they're not having to deal with that, and they're dealing with the landlord and things like that. Okay. Okay, here's just a summary of things. One thing I want to point out, 90% of the Red Cross are volunteers. And they don't, well, I did get a raise. I'm a volunteer. I did get a raise last year. They doubled my salary from 0 to 0. That's just a standard Red Cross joke. And 90 cents of every dollar goes to delivers care. So it's not going to overhead cost things. Here's more about that mental health. Who needs the care most? Vulnerable people. Here's our home fires. We've installed over 2 million new alarms installed, home fire escape plans, and then our household made safer. This is an area that the fire department may want to look at and work with us on, and we'd be happy to share more information. Some more numbers. We live and die by numbers. So 12,000 donors a day for our blood, provide services to 1,500 military members, 400, that's overseas, 400,000 who are receiving measles and rubella vaccinations as well. Okay, this is an area, being a veteran, this is one area I really like, is that we provide critical services with a caring touch wherever and whenever needed. The American Red Cross is responsible for emergency communications. And what that is if a service member has an emergency and he needs to go home, that message has to go through the Red Cross, because we're going to verify that message to make sure that's true. You know, that helped prevent, you know, a soldier having, well, he's had 5 babies born in the last week or the last month. So we verify that and say, yeah, that's true. And then the military approves the leave, but we help them get out. We go about, we help them in preparing for military life, responding to difficult times, and then in recovery, we deal with medical, family, and community support. And I'm just going to go through here really quick. So this is how individuals or organizations can partner with the American Red Cross. A couple of these I would, you may want to consider is host a blood drive. We talked about that. Giving blood, be a blood ambassador. And then with the disasters, we talked about hosting an evacuation shelter as well, either through a church, the school. And I think the reason I put that up there is Morristown High School has what, 3 gyms, 4 gyms? They got a lot of gyms. And for a short period of time, they could host an evacuation shelter, okay? Donations, I'm not gonna ask for money, so let's skip that. And you can go out on our website, and there's a lot more information out there, and you can always contact me. I gave you all my business cards, and it's either through email or my cell phone, and I'd be happy to work with you or anybody within the community to help, mainly to prepare for that next disaster. Any questions? I probably went over my 10 minutes.
No, I appreciate this.
Okay. And if you know of other organizations that would benefit of such a presentation, you know, a church or Lions Club or Rotary Club, whatever, I'd be happy.
Something Morristown Matters is involved with.
What's that?
We have a group called Morristown Matters. It would be a good
He's
group
sitting
to
right there.
to get involved in. There's your man.
And we do a blood drive for Derby Days, so.
See, there you go.
We can coordinate that too.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, though.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna unplug this so you don't have to keep looking at that slide. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Patrick D. Thank you for your time, and I'll be really brief, but first of all, thank you for your support for Derby Days. It was a great event. It was hot. We had a big rainstorm that blew through Friday night that kind of wreaked some havoc on our tent, but I think it recovered well, and if you all were there, the fireworks crowd was, I think, one of the biggest that I've seen in many years. So just, I think it was a great event, and so thank you again for your support. On October 25th, we have a trunk or treat over at Morristown Community Park. And, yeah, and we're excited about that. So, and the reason I am here is, don't need money, don't need anything like that, just a signature and permission. So, as part of this event, is we reach out to organizations to bring trucks and cranes and stuff like that for like a touch-a-truck for the kids so that they can, they'll go through and gather all the candy, they'll jump in the bounce houses, hopefully we'll have the concession stand over and they'll be able to see some of these equipment. We also have reached out to the Indiana National Guard about bringing in some equipment there, and we're attempting to get a helicopter. So, which a Blackhawk, which would be really cool. But in order to do that, we need the signature. Of course, the government lives and dies by paperwork, so they would need your permission, being the owners of the park, in order to land a helicopter at the park.
Be great.
Great.
Good.
Okay.
Signed it.
I'm like,
You signed it, Dave?
oh God. just
I got two
one
things.
helicopter.
They have to figure out where they're gonna land, or not gonna be
Yeah.
able to work.
I've got, this just says that you agreed with us that we can have the event, your name and signature there. I think it's gonna be pretty exciting.
I'm like, we don't have anything that cool, maybe street sweeper? Like, he was supposed to like, who's got cool stuff?
Name and signature here, just saying that again, that you. We're also gonna ask them to be a part of Derby Days Parade next year. It'd be cool to have, you know, some military equipment in the parade as well, so.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's all I need.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Some Boys and Girls Club.
He's not here.
Not here.
No, that's
Okay.
why he wrote the
Okay.
letter that I copied to him.
He had texted me, I told him to shove him to Elaine, he just wanted to know if we'd be interested in supporting, two teams like we had done previously. They're looking for a couple, name on the t-shirts again, sponsors. He's the couple, it's for soccer, I think, this time. Yes, soccer, last time was basketball.
I make a motion, we make $200 sponsorships.
I'll second.
A motion second, any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Morgan,
I had emailed Brian, I haven't heard back from Buzz. Brian said that's still a work in progress, so I'm hoping soon.
Buzz is working on it. I mean,
He hasn't contacted me for any
well,
info,
he
so.
will. But
Okay.
he's gotta get his end of it done first. And
And then I was contacted for State Board of Accounts review for our audit, and I'm gonna get with you because they're gonna meet with us before they start. She said we like 10 or 15 minutes, so, I've got to email, her name's Brooke. I need to email her back and get with you so we can all meet at the same time.
Just tell me when you.
Okay. I'll stay when we there. But that's it for me.
Okay, Brian.
all right, well, I was making some notes on some of this other stuff. Pretty much covered some of the things under item 5 above. On the utility issues, that is moving forward. It's kind of hard to figure out exactly how Donnie calculated the deduction for processed water versus water usage. And Mr. Crone, who's the utility accountant, among other things, we're trying to re-engineer that. We know what he did in the past because I have received slips that he would calculate on the utility bill, send it out, and divide it up. You know,
On a
basically
spreadsheet.
what it did, it provided a credit against the total utility issue. We know how some of it worked, but there's a couple of probably metering questions that we're gonna confront. I'm not sure Morgan's the person to field those. We're not quite there yet. But I think that in the next 30, 45 days, I will be able to come back to the council with, here's where we are, here's numbers, and here are potential solutions to this issue. So, we're getting there. But the whole issue really revolves around whether the major industrial customers currently are being properly credited, if you will, for a reduction in wastewater billing by virtue of the fact that, you know, with the homeowner, you get your water bill, you use 5,000 gallons over the month, and that directly correlates with wastewater. With an industrial customer, it doesn't. I mean, perfect example is Gloucester. They have significant water usage, but a lot of that water goes into the dough and never comes back to the sewer system. And so they're not, or should not be billed across the board on wastewater treatment vis-a-vis simple water usage. Christie, you look like you have questions.
Nothing.
So that's the
Same
issue.
with Bungie with boilers. And
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Gloucester was
waste.
easy because I can relate to making bread. Okay. So, we will get that CAT scanned and we are making progress.
Thank you. Anything else?
No, I mean, frankly, fair amount of business on the land use fronts, but, you know, we've covered that through Plan Commission, BZA.
Brad?
The only thing I have is I'm gonna need a new battery for the Tahoe. Is it okay if I just find the best price and pick the best one I can get?
Yeah.
Okay. Other than that, just training this week, training next couple weeks. Other than that, everything's moving along. Nothing I can think of. The only other thing that I would have, and I can do it now, just get it out of the way. 9-Star has contacted me, and they are not going to cover any desktop computer that we have that will only run Windows 10. So we have two options. We can either take them off of our current contract, and they will not be supported by 9-Star as far as tech support, or we can replace those computers. The two main ones that we would have issues with would be the one that runs the streaming for here, and the one that runs the streaming over at the town hall. I was able to spend about $17 to upgrade the server for the fire department, so we saved about $1,000 on that. Being able to not have to spend money to buy a new server for the fire department. But those are the two that would be, I think, our last two that are left that would need to be upgraded.
So we're gonna upgrade the computer.
So we can take a chance, I mean, yeah, we can take a chance and I can support them until whenever, or we can go ahead and replace them and get something newer.
Let's go ahead and replace them.
Microsoft stopped support on Windows 10 in October.
So we have to
Make a
change.
motion to buy 2 new ones.
I'll second
But the
that.
computers we have can't be upgraded?
Those two can't, everything else I've been able to. Okay.
Got the motion and second?
Yep.
All in favor?
Yep.
With all the listeners.
Other than that, I think that's all we got right now.
Cool. Thanks, Brett. Thanks, Brett. Water, wastewater, I think they delivered the building.
Sidewalk, we get a price on that sidewalk
But the,
on the cattle.
yeah, there, he's supposed to have his first was,
I looked in our budget and he can go up to like $30,000 for where he's going right now and we'll still sit okay. On top of what we've already done. That was just a brief glance because I looked in the minutes today.
That's good to know.
You had asked at the last meeting, like if he could just start working off of it. And if we can agree, then once we reach that, then I need to reevaluate again.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yes,
Okay, not to exceed.
you're right.
Okay.
Just don't stop in the middle of the job.
Right, but get the quote first and let I can find it.
Since I'm, on kind of police, fire job, Josh had a question about a homeowner that burnt some brush. That,
Yeah, he's not coming.
okay,
He said he'll address it at a later date.
burn some twigs. And,
He's burning, essentially, he has a lot of trees on his property and was burning twigs. His neighbor called him, according to our burn man, he can't burn any sticks unless you're spending a marshmallow or having a hot home. So he had his kids stand out there with marshmallow and he went through. So.
I think he got some hot dogs or something.
He has a lot of kids, okay?
That was the question, they didn't know, like, in that situation, if there's any leeway on the town ordinances, whether they're burning just small trees, it's not a huge brush fire.
Chipper to help with yard waste.
Yeah, I think too, the other homeowner was cited for burning couches and lazy boys at one point, so that's probably where the problems occurred out. So it's probably just a ongoing.
Yeah.
Hell, that's all he had then, he didn't come tonight, so, okay. And fire.
Yeah, Christie couldn't go with us, she had another appointment. Morgan and I met with Brady on the fire trucks. He went over, his opinion was that we were double covered on a lot of it. The 4 pieces of equipment, the pumper, the tanker, the brush, the fire, or the trash truck, and the box truck, which is the town's trying to buy. And with all the equipment, fire hose and everything that's on them, runs $1,869. Our liability the town's liability takes care of the liability part of it. So that's
And that's
$10,000 cheaper than what it
I was
was.
gonna say, that's a lot less than what the fire board had it out,
Mhm.
or the township was covering it.
The only thing he wants to do is he wants to look at the firemen's accident policies if they get hurt. He's gonna look into that. We wanna make sure they're covered. That's what we can do.
Approved a couple things, I didn't bring it with me though, I
I
thought.
didn't either. We approved a couple of small things that they wanted. We need to probably, they switched over to the new ambulance because they had trouble with the other one. The inverter went bad. I would say we ought to go ahead and fix that inverter on the older ambulance. Just in case.
Right, I think we
Yeah,
need to
inverters, people trusting in how it's called, inverter.
keep it in action.
It's still good. The other one is just bigger and it's for ALS.
That's four-wheel drive.
It's four-wheel drive. And they thought that maybe, what was it, November, that we could be ALS. This is Shelbyville Doctor's Hospital is gonna back us, sign up for it, so.
Okay.
Steve and Jamie's been working on that.
Anything else? Mike?
That's all I got.
Okay, everybody say we want to talk about it.
Got a good idea on it. In the park. In the park. What, say northeast?
And Christie had some good pictures while ago,
Fred's gonna help me after the
He'll
meeting,
send them to
send them
us.
to you guys.
different styles.
But if I would send a contractor to you guys, who could meet with him and show him where you need driveways or parking or.
I don't know about that so far.
I mean, they're willing to do it now since they're still here.
Oh, the guys are looking for the project.
They're gonna just, what they're willing to do.
That's
I
what
mean, they
I'm
can't put the driveway in, we put the barn.
No, that's what I put it in for, in the building. Because you guys know where that building's supposed to sit.
And looking out there, you know, it's quite a drop from the road. Probably gonna need to build it up.
So is that the corner, the build-up corner is where you're thinking?
Yes. There.
North of the fence there.
Yeah, go with that fence line, south of the fence line.
So if they haul dirt in there and build it up?
I mean, that's already a ditch in there, isn't there?
There's a ditch, we don't want to fill that ditch unless.
No,
we
that,
put a car.
that ditch is for drainage, the way it is.
Yeah, I mean,
You can't go and just.
no, you can't.
We've got to get, you'd have to have a survey of what you're gonna do, and see where your land lies, and how the water runs. These guys that are coming in, that want to do a project for us, I think, you know, we gotta think about our utilities going up there.
Right.
Yeah.
Ditch was, it'd be probably.
Is there something else they could do for us? Like fill the, Willard property in and drain it? That'd probably be best right now.
Let's work on the Willard project.
I mean, drainage in the park in general is bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rain's heavy.
So do you have time if I send them out there to meet with?
There's cardboard right there.
I mean, yeah, before
First
ten,
week,
you know.
they can come the first week in September, like the
Okay.
third, fourth, fifth, sixth, whatever.
I'm off that week.
I am too.
Okay.
There you
So I'll
I'll
be
tell
home,
them tomorrow.
or can be home.
That way we kind of get something for our money.
It's after 10 o'clock in the morning.
Do we know what they're called?
Contractors.
Looks great in the minutes.
I have the name.
Okay.
And they're wanting to do a project for the town.
The town's just been so good.
I don't know, we talked about what it was gonna cost to run utilities out there. Like you said, drainage. I'm good for either one of those. The drive, I think it's gonna take a little bit more planning.
Yeah.
There's probably even some work on the Willard property just needs to be done.
I thought,
Yeah.
Hold some
there
dirt
was back there,
level out.
well, I mean, there's big piles of dirt back there already, it could be leveled out, unless there's something in the piles.
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know.
You
But
said-
leveling that out.
Some of that came from the, the exercise equipment area, some of that dirt came from there, and some of it, I think, came from maybe around pickleball, I can't remember if they,
No, there's some, there were pretty good mounds back there, I remember, we looked at.
yeah.
But drainage would be
Okay.
absolute.
Everybody's all right with that? Okay. Revitalization, pretty revital. Any miscellaneous?
Move to adjourn.
Second, all in favor? Aye. Thanks, everyone.